My name's Tom Krilla. I'm the Director of Fleet Operations for Wake County Government in Raleigh, North Carolina. We've got a fleet of over 1,200 vehicles. The majority of our vehicles are emergency response, such as ambulance and sheriff, but we also have a lot of light fleet vehicles as well. And I've been with the county now for over 20 years and with FleetWave for going on 7 years coming up. One of the reasons we moved to FleetWave was we wanted to increase our data transparency with our departments that use the vehicles, and we wanted to be able to do increased amount of reporting, add integrations and automation so that our efficiencies could be increased. And so that's what led us into looking at a software that could do that. And with FleetWave, we've been able to accomplish that 10 times what we expected with over 10 different integrations, saving a lot of efficiencies. And the data and the ability to customize our fields and create modules to help our customers actually, provide a better service to the community. One of the greatest increases I've found myself is a couple times a year I have to go through and do a vehicle replacement report. And in the past, it used to take me over a week to go through all the different formulas to evaluate each vehicle independently, forecast when they're going to get replaced, which ones we have to replace now. And when we were bringing on FleetWave, we went through a development process to realize that all these formulas could be replicated in FleetWave. And so we were able to reproduce my week-long process into a button. And so now, twice a year, I just have to hit a button and it displays everything I was doing before that took weeks. The one thing that we were able to do is build a risk module. We have a risk department that evaluates all the vehicle claims, and the communication was very challenging between the two departments. So we built a module to where we were able to give our risk department and finance staff access to that module, but we can use the same database to store vehicle pictures, files, estimates, and things like that. Being in the government industry, your goals are always to save money. It's been very challenging for us because our county is growing at a high pace, and so we have to manage that growth and the cost. I've actually been able to use FleetWave to build the vehicle equivalency unit, so that way as new vehicles are added to the fleet, we automatically know what kind of an impact it'll have on our staff, and are we able to provide the service to keep them on the road. And through that process, I'm able to go to our county manager and explain that with these added vehicles, I may need 1 or 2 extra people based on that. And so it helps me justify the needs that we have to provide the service. So without having FleetWave there to do that, it doesn't hold as much weight, but when you can provide the data and explanations of why you need additional expenses, additional people, then it holds more weight, and we've been able to get approval for each time we've needed more staff. The one area with compliance that's important for us is with our ambulances. We've got nearly 100 ambulances that are on the road, and our goal is to always make sure that they're on the road, safe, and able to provide the service and not have mechanical challenges. So our goal in the past was always to try to get the PMs done on them in a regular time frame, but it was always difficult. But most recently we developed a module where we can work with our EMS team to help coordinate the service and getting the preventive maintenance done on time. So in the past we were always behind in trying to do the ones that were the most overdue, and over the last 5 months, we've actually been 100% compliance on our ambulances by using the technology and the communication between teams and bringing them together to where we've been able to keep them ahead of schedule now. It could add an additional factor of needing to increase our fleet and expense of doing so. So our director of EMS is going to always want to make sure his vehicles are ready and on the road. And if he feels that we can't keep up with the demand, then there's talks about adding another shift, another shop, and things like that, which are very expensive. And so my goal has always been to try to use the data in the system to justify and show that we can do it with what we have currently. Sometimes that might justify that we need to add another person or something like that, but it always helps us to have that data to look at different options and then back it up with the data. I really enjoy using the FleetWave product just because of its customized ability, that you can change your screen design, you can add fields at any time you want. You think of the data that you need and you can build it within FleetWave. The automation that we've done with all the different products just to increase our efficiencies, so we're not double entering data into multiple systems. So everything is being automated. So it's so easy and flexible, and it just serves a benefit to everybody that uses it.